Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. The globalization model of the global chip industry chain has long been a highly complex and efficient ecosystem. From initial raw material procurement and design to manufacturing and packaging and testing, it involves the cooperation and collaboration of many companies around the world. Take Apple's A-series chips as an example. The EDA tools used come from the United States, and the ARM instruction set comes from the United Kingdom. After the design work is completed in the United States, it is handed over to TSMC in Taiwan for manufacturing. In the manufacturing process, TSMC uses raw materials from Japan, photolithography machines from the Netherlands, and equipment from the United States. This global integration model makes the division of labor in each link clear, forming an efficient upstream and downstream relationship in the industrial chain, and promotes the rapid development of Moore's law. However, in this model of global integration, the United States has always been in a dominant position. Whether it is EDA tools, IP, chip materials or equipment, the United States is the master behind it. However, with the rapid development of China's chip industry, China has begun to use the global integrated industrial chain to enhance its strength. This makes the United States uneasy, because they dominate this global integration system and are unwilling to see China develop and grow through this. Therefore, the United States began to take action to cut off this integrated supply chain. However, the actions of the United States triggered a chain reaction. Not only China, but also Europe, Japan, South Korea and other places have taken action to build wafer fabs, hoping to have their own chip ecosystem to withstand possible geopolitical crises in the future. Although Europe, Japan, South Korea and other places are also actively developing the chip industry, they still rely more on the US ecosystem. Only China has to establish an independent chip ecosystem on its own, and cannot continue to rely on the ecosystem controlled by the United States. Based on the development trajectory, it is foreseeable that China and the United States will form two poles in the chip industry chain, that is, two independent ecosystems. In these two ecosystems, China will have its own standards, and the United States will also have its own standards. Although there are differences in standards between the two parties, there are certain similarities. In the context of global trade, these two ecosystems will coexist in competition and cooperation, maintaining a certain degree of isolation, while maintaining interconnection. Other countries and regions may be able to access and be compatible with both China and the US ecosystem, depending on market demand. However, it is obvious that China has a relative advantage under this model. China is the world's largest chip market and a global electronic product manufacturing base. China's domestic market consumes 1/3 of the world's chips and imports 3/4 of the world's chips. Any chip ecosystem is inseparable from the Chinese market, and the Chinese market is the key to victory for chip manufacturers. With huge chip market demand, China's chip ecosystem can also be successfully built. At the same time, China's industrial chain system is more complete and labor costs are controllable, making the cost of building and operating factories relatively lowest in the world. This is a strength that the United States cannot match. Therefore, in the long run, when China establishes its own chip ecosystem, it will inevitably have a huge impact on the ecosystem controlled by the United States. However, this process will not be quick and requires steady progress step by step. Currently, the global chip industry is undergoing major changes and adjustments. By rebuilding the chip industry chain, countries are working hard to find a more reliable and sustainable resource supply chain to avoid the impact of geopolitical risks and technological blockades. As the world's largest chip market and manufacturing base, China will inevitably play a vital role. In future development, China will increase investment in the chip industry and accelerate the improvement of independent research and development and innovation capabilities. China will strengthen cooperation with educational institutions, research institutions and enterprises to cultivate more chip talents and professionals and promote technological breakthroughs and innovations. At the same time, China will continue to strengthen the construction of the industrial chain and attract more investment and foreign companies to set up factories in China. China will increase its research, development and production of raw materials, equipment and technology to improve its supply capabilities in the chip industry. In addition, China will also strengthen cooperation with other countries and regions to jointly promote the development of the global chip industry. China will actively participate in the formulation and cooperation of international standards and promote interconnection and common development of the global chip industry. At the same time, China will also learn from the experience and technology of other countries and regions to accelerate the development of its own chip industry. Overall, China's chip industry has huge potential and advantages and will usher in broader development space in the future. By establishing its own chip ecosystem, China will be able to better meet the needs of the domestic market and promote the high-quality development of the chip industry chain. At the same time, China will also play a more important role in the global chip industry and promote international cooperation and development of the industry. The dimness of chip globalization and the formation of the two major ecosystems of China and the United States left a deep impression on me. As an editor, I always follow changes in technology, economics, and global markets. This article gave me more fresh perspectives and understanding about the changes in the global chip industry landscape. In the past few decades, the global chip industry has experienced an evolution from a decentralized cooperation model to global integration. This global integration model has undoubtedly promoted the rapid development and progress of the global chip industry. However, with the increasing rise of China's chip industry, developed countries such as the United States have begun to worry about China's technological rise and are using policy means to try to cut off the chain of cooperation between China and other countries. This kind of action will inevitably change the pattern of the global chip industry chain and may form two major ecosystems in China and the United States. For China, establishing its own chip ecosystem is an inevitable choice and the only way to go. China has the world's largest market demand and production capacity, which provides China with huge advantages in building a chip ecosystem. With the rapid rise of China's chip industry and the improvement of its technological capabilities, China is gradually reducing its dependence on the United States and other countries and continuously strengthening its independent research and development and innovation capabilities. At the same time, China has also increased investment in education and research and development, cultivating more professional talents and innovative teams, and providing a solid talent foundation for the development of the chip industry. However, the development path of China's chip industry is full of challenges and pressures. In the global chip market, China still faces problems such as technical barriers, intellectual property rights, and market access. China needs to use its own advantages and opportunities to strengthen international cooperation and exchanges, and jointly promote the development of the global chip industry. At the same time, China also needs to strengthen cooperation with other countries and regions to promote mutual benefit and win-win results in the global chip industry chain. In short, the model of chip globalization is undergoing changes, and the formation of two ecosystems in China and the United States will change the pattern of the global chip industry. As the world's largest chip market and manufacturing base, China has huge potential and advantages. By establishing its own chip ecosystem, China will be able to better meet domestic market demand and promote the high-quality development of the chip industry chain. However, the development of China's chip industry still faces various challenges and requires strengthening independent research and development and innovation capabilities, as well as strengthening cooperation with other countries and regions. Only through continuous efforts and cooperation can China play a more important role in the global chip industry and promote international cooperation and development of the industry.